Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and happy Black Veil Brides Day! Rise up and celebrate your life because you're not alone, and as I said in my intro, this is Black Veil Brides Day. To be more specific, today we celebrate the release of Knives and Pins, which was released on June 17th by Black Veil Brides. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the SFX version of Andy's makeup shown on the We Stitch These Wounds album cover. Without further delay, let's jump right into this makeup look. First, your supplies. You're going to need liquid latex. I like to use the skin-toned liquid latex so I don't have to do that much work after I use it. So if I use a skin-toned liquid latex, I don't have to use a lot of foundation or skin-colored paint over top of it. So, liquid latex. Next, you'll need tissue paper, scab blood, SFX blood, some brushes, a lip applicator, embroidery thread, or black thread doubled over. And then you'll also need a wedge applicator for your liquid latex. Your concealer. You'll need a handheld mirror so you can see up close. You'll need a pair of scissors. And then either red cream paints and black cream paints or red and black liquid lips. So step number 1 is to clean the area that you're going to be putting your liquid latex on. Okay, now that I've cleaned up that area and my rosacea is saying hi, we're going to add liquid latex over top. To do this, you take your wedge applicator, your liquid latex, and you put liquid latex on the edge of your wedge. Make sure the cap goes back on your liquid latex or it will dry out and then you won't be able to get it out. Do it in the shape of a sort of like a smile. Think Joker. And liquid latex gets very tacky very quickly, so you have to work sort of quickly with your different layers. Next, you're going to tear your tissue paper. Make sure you get all of the straight edges torn off before you apply it to your face, because those edges won't look natural. Then you just want to layer it tissue latex, tissue latex. I recommend doing at least 3 or 4 layers of tissue with your latex. Then, when you're satisfied with your tissue layers, let them dry. Once your layers are dry, go back in with your concealer and touch up the skin part of your latex. Next comes the trickiest part, and if you have someone to help you with this step, please get someone to help you. This is the most dangerous part of this entire look. You're going to take your lipstick applicator or something small and your scissors. And you're going to stick the lipstick applicator in between your skin and the fake skin. And then you're going to cut a smile into your fake skin. And at this point, you might need to touch up the latex a little bit. So once you've done that, your face should look like this. Now the hard part's over. Now you can talk freely again without closing the corner of your mouth. Now what you're going to do is take your dark red cream paints or Unicorn Blood by Jeffree Star. Paint your lip applicator and then go into your little scar area and just put blood in it. You want to be extra sure that the part that you have cut actually has like a flab. You don't want it to just be cut. You want to be able to stick the applicator up under it. One of the best parts about this is that Jeffree Star's lipstick always smells so good. All of his lipsticks are mouth and eye safe, so that's why I like to use them in my SFX looks, because they stay, they hold, they don't crack, and they just look really nice. That looks so creepy, right? Next, I'm going to go in with a little Jeffree Star Weirdo and just get some of the edges. Next comes the second most dangerous part of this tutorial. Not necessarily dangerous, but if you're clumsy like me, it's dangerous. You're going to sew your flaps of fake skin together using a real needle and some embroidery thread. Embroidery thread is just thicker than normal thread, so you'll be able to see it better from far away. So what I did was I looked at my sewing kit, I found the needle with the biggest eye, and then I thread my embroidery thread through it. It was really simple because embroidery thread is actually thick, but when you find a needle with a big eye, no problem. And then if you look at the reference picture, the needle and thread that actually has a loose end, so they didn't double it up and knot it at the end. It's just kind of hung loosely through here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stitch it up that way. What you want to do is you want to start at the very end of your smile and go inward. You're going to start on the inside of it because you can't see the knot at the end of the string where he had started doing it. Also, the stitches go straight up and down, so you want to keep those stitches as straight up and down as possible. So what you want to do is you want to find your loosest part of the loose fake skin and go up and then under. This needle is actually not very sharp. Usually the needles with the big eyes are not sharp at the end. They're typically made for embroidery, and the fibers in embroidery fabrics are much wider, they're more separated, so they don't really have to puncture through much, so they're usually not that sharp. See, I'm just like touching it like this. So it's not really dangerous, but if you are clumsy like me, it might be a little dangerous. But this is not at all a dangerous part. So you're going to find the inside of your little flap and just go up. Again, if you have a really good friend, you might want to ask them to do this for you, because it really takes 3 hands. Or if you have like a standalone mirror, but I don't have a standalone mirror. Okay, and then you're going to go in up through the bottom and do the exact same thing over and over. So straight down from that one, up through the bottom. Whoop. Dropped it. Because the needle's not very sharp, I do have a difficult time puncturing it through the latex, so that's what you see me get real close on. I'm popping it through the latex because it's just so dull it has a hard time getting through. So that is 1 stitch down, more to go. This needle sticking out reminds me of the scene in Homeward Bound where Chance got stuck by the porcupines and he had it all in his snout. Whee! I always love that part, that smooth pull. One thing that I don't think I mentioned in this video yet, but I have mentioned in other videos, if you don't have liquid latex, eyelash glue, same thing, it's latex. So if you're doing something small like this, and you don't have access to liquid latex, with eyelash glue does the same thing. And if you have a latex allergy, there are some alternatives to latex. I'm sure if you wear fake eyelashes, you know those alternatives already, but there's also Prozade. Prozade works really well with this kind of thing. Oh no, I fluffed that one up. I started actually stitching and stopped doing up and down, but it's okay, I won't do it again. So this one goes straight down. It's just very meticulous to get the thread to move through the liquid latex layers, but honestly, this makeup could be done in an hour. And then your final stitch goes down through the bottom lip flap. Alrighty, with that done, your very last step is just to add some scab blood in between your little crevices. And for that, I'm just going to use the same lipstick applicator that I used before. And once you've added your scab blood, you're done.
I think it's cute.
So I know my camera and lights are always really wonky when I do makeup, so I'm going to pop in some pictures here of what it actually looks like up close. So in the end, this is what you end up with. So there you have it, the SFX version of the We Stitch These Wounds album cover. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Bye.